recognized symbol of excellence for your entertainment.
If the press is gonna label me a damn diva, I may as well live it up and act like one.
Welcome to Machino Music, the show that puts the music in Machino music. With your host, me, Brett Strong. Today on Machino Music, it's top 10 songs, Christina Aguilera. You gotta rub me the right way. Okay, here we go. Christina Aguilera, top 10 songs. I'm a big Christina Aguilera fan. And, yeah, let's watch my new subscribers leave in droves. I'm waving to you all. It's a nice run. But no, look, okay, here's the thing. I like all kinds of music. I'm not just going to talk about heavy metal and, you know, like the rock music. I want to talk about some pop, too. And, you know, I already did Britney Spears, so got to do Christina Aguilera. She was great. I was a big Christina Aguilera fan in the 90s when she came on the scene. I mean, I watched the Mickey Mouse Club. That's when I was watching Mickey Mouse Club, was when she was a cast member, and I had a crush on Christina. She was really cool. She's a bit older than Britney when she came on the scene. Even though they started out together, there was a difference in age. Britney was like 15, 16, and Christina was like 18, going on 19 when she started. So she was already more mature, was an adult, and could actually make more of her own decisions. That was a problem with Britney, unfortunately, was she had a lot of people telling her what to do and how to sing a certain way, how to dress a certain way, and that kind of got into the whole thing where she became much more over-sexualized, let's say, and that became a problem, you know, later on in life. The Free Britney thing had to happen, and thankfully she's a free woman now. But with Christina, it was always like, she was of age, she was more in control of her image and everything she was doing. She kind of escaped a lot of that crap that Britney had to go through. So yeah, here we go, my 10 favorite Christina Aguilera songs. Now, if you don't hear your favorite, that's okay. I mean, I will give some honorable mentions right now. They just almost, Genie in a Bottle, and actually Beautiful almost made my list, but I'll explain why that kind of got edged out. I mean, it's a great song, but yeah, so if you're expecting to hear those songs, they didn't make my list, but that's okay. We're all allowed to like things differently. So here we go. Coming in number 10 from the debut, What a Girl Wants. This is a great song. I mean, it's just like, it's sort of one of the introduction to Christina. It was the first video that came out after Genie in a Bottle. And it's just her having fun, talking about, you know, just what a girl wants. You know, guys, they don't want to see, you know, pictures of your penis. They want to know you got a job. They want to know that you're passionate about things. And they want to know that you got yourself together. You have something more than just want to hook up with a girl. You got to treat her right. That's kind of what this song's all about. What a girl wants, and that's what she wants. And she's also, you know, really showing like a girl wants to be in control of herself as well. So really cool song. I always like that one. All right, coming in number 9 from the Back to Basics album, Candyman. Now, the Back to Basics album is really interesting. She kind of was going in this like jazz direction, like just like jazz pop. There's a lot of jazz influences, and this song Candyman has this kind of like 1930s, 1940s swing USO tour kind of vibe. Like the kind of song you would do if you're just entertaining the troops. And it's a really bawdy song, filled with innuendo. I mean, there's stuff about, you know, the Candyman and his candy cane. Of course, you know, what's that referring to? And, you know, there's lines about, like, you know, make your panties drop. Yeah, she's just going all out. That's the thing, Christina could kind of do this stuff because, you know, being older and more mature and just kind of like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to, like, I'm going to play up the sexuality. And also, she plays up a lot of, like, a kind of a campy feel to it, too. She's has an incredible sense of humor, as we'll get into with a lot more of these songs. And just, you know, just can laugh at herself and just sort of laugh at, you know, it just a lot of situations she talks about in these songs that are kind of like cliched and, you know, these types of pop songs. So she's always has a lot of fun with that. And, okay, and this is really cool. In the music video for Candyman, they use some movie magic, and you get 3 Christina Aguileras. Like, she's like the Andrews sisters. So you get a blonde Christina Aguilera, you get a dark-haired Christina Aguilera, and you get a red-haired Christina Aguilera. 3 Christinas, 3 hot, smoldering Christina Aguileras. Love it. Fantastic video. Lots of fun. Next up at number 8... from the debut, I have the debut album right here. There's a crack in that. Look at that. That's not from me. I didn't do that. I bought this used. And man, this is a huge crack. That was a big loud noise. But from the debut, Somebody's Somebody. This is a really fun song. And what I like about this song is that it's kind of like, it's about wanting somebody. It's like wanting a relationship, of course, a relationship song. But it's generalized. You know, it's like it could be kind of for anybody. I mean, Christina's singing from her perspective, but still, it's like it could be for anyone. Like, it's not like he's looking for somebody or she's looking for somebody. It's just somebody is looking for somebody. So you can kind of relate to it a little bit like, I want to be somebody's somebody. All right, coming in number 7... from the album Stripped, Makeover. Now this song, what I like about this song is, and this is what the song that kind of just edged out Beautiful, like when I was going back and listening to a lot of these tunes, again, just sort of put together this list. What I like about this song is that it's kind of like a darker version of Beautiful. Like, it's the same kind of message, the song with labels kind of things, but it's a little bit more aggressive. And that's what I think is really cool. That was a big spit I just did right there. But it's like a commentary on Christina being judged. That's kind of what she did on the Stripped album. It was a sort of just saying, you know, here's what I'm putting out there. Actually, let's let Christina explain it herself.
I wanted this album to embrace every different part of being a woman, from feeling empowered and strong, owning my sexuality, and not from what a guy thinks it should be. There's such a rule book that we, you know, need to look a certain way on a certain front, act a certain way, be sexy, not too sexy, be good girl, but not too good, because that's boring. There's such a rule book that's handed to us, and I was given it since I was very, very little. And the older I got, the more I realized you're either going to be a part of the problem or you're going to stand up against it and create your own story. And that's what Stripped was about.
Yeah, so that's what I really like about the song. It's like, here to not wanting to be put into a box and just marketed the same way as all these other pop stars, these pop divas at the time. And her saying, you know, here I am. And it's a sort of a companion song to Beautiful, which is very much the same kind of message about just, you know, love who you are. And this song is just kind of a bit more of an aggressive take on that, which, you know, it's actually really cool, and I like that. So, actually, you could probably put them together, Beautiful and Makeover. I don't know, that's just how I like to listen to the songs. But yeah, Makeover, really cool song. All right, coming in number 6. I don't know why I'm moving that. Coming in number 6, from the album Bionic, Glam. Now, this is a really cool song. And Bionic is a really cool album, really interesting album, because what she did is she did Stripped, then she did Back to Basics, kind of with the jazz pop thing, and then with Bionic, she kind of went back into more of that, kind of where she was going on Stripped, but just a lot more like, just more lively, more synthesizers, more dance, like, but it was like harder, and darker and heavier, and it's like just like kind of going like it was just she was just all right. Here's what I'm putting out here. I'm gonna kind of like really play this up, and just sort of just really go back to just really having some fun. And Glam is one of those songs. You know, it's just about getting glammed up. You know? And you know, there's got to be a drag queen somewhere lip syncing to this song. Lip syncing for her life to Glam by Christina Aguilera. It's one of those songs. It's happening somewhere. So yeah, I really like that song. I like the synthesizers on it, like the vibe. Really cool tune. Next up at number 5, from the album Lotus, song called Circles. Not to be confused with the song Circles by Rainbow Butt Monkeys. That's an obscure reference nobody got. But there's a different song called Circles. Christina Aguilera style. It's a really fun song. Lotus is an interesting album. She kind of goes again, but again, really kind of showcasing her voice, because Christina has that big, soaring, huge, amazing voice. I mean, her inspirations are Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, people like that. So you can hear Christina's voice. That was another thing compared her to Britney was, you know, Britney was kind of told to sing a certain way. Britney had a better voice than she was given credit for. But again, was like auto-tuned and all kind of stuff because, you know, she was being told what to do. More manufactured. Christina was always like, no, you're not going to manufacture me. Here's how I want to sing. Here's how I want to do it. So she was allowed to just really showcase her vocals. And she does that on the Lotus album. Kind of going in, it's kind of a mix of like all her different flavors, different styles. But Circles is a really cool song because it's telling somebody to get screwed, basically. That's what this song's about. It's like telling somebody, you know, go to hell. And the chorus, I'm trying to keep this family friendly here. The chorus features a word. Screw it. This is what the chorus features.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. And then at the end, it just kind of fades out. And then there's just a big, loud, echoey.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. Love it. Great sense of humor. Again, Christina's got such a great sense of humor. Just having fun on this song. It's a funny song. The lyrics, I just always really liked it. Had to be on my list. Next up at number 4 from Bionic. We're back to Bionic. Song Not Myself Tonight. It's about wanting to be somebody else, embracing a new identity. And just sort of like, just saying, you know, if you don't like that, yeah, just really aggressive Christina. Just what she's saying, you know, it's like an anthem type song for just like individuality, just being yourself. And just like not letting anybody tell you how you should be. Love that. And she looks fabulous in the video. Looks fantastic.
I'm dancing a lot, I'm taking shots and I'm feeling fine. I'm kissing on.
Yeah. She could play it up. She was, you know, like, she's just like, just saying, this is who I am. I'm going to play this up. Yeah, love it. All right, coming in number 3 from the Back to Basics album, Ain't No Other Man. Now, this is not as really as a naughty song as like Candyman, but it's kind of got that same kind of vibe to it. But again, this is all about her vocals. She's got big, huge, soaring vocals on this song. She looks fabulous in the video. Again, Christina just always knew how to just look. She could look like really glam. Just knew how just to. She knows how to work. I think is what I'm trying to say. And of course, that's work spelled W-E-R-K. Yeah, gotta spell it like that. But yeah, so cool. Love this tune. Just love the vibe of it, and just again that jazz pop thing. Really dig the jazz vibe that she put on the Back to Basics album. And just the big vocals on this tune. Love it. All right, coming in number 2. We're in the top 2, everybody. Coming in at number 2 Going back to Stripped, song Fighter. Now, this is a great tune. Christina had a few songs that were like just like inspirational. Like you put them on and you just feel good. And Fighter is one of those songs where, you know, if you're going through something, if you're going through a tough time, you can put on this song and it'll help you get through. It's an inspirational song. Just about fighting through whatever your problems. And it's like, and her vocals are huge on this. The production is big. It's almost like a heavy metal tune in a lot of ways. Like there's a rock tune. Christina could rock when she wanted to, and this is one of those songs. It's just a rocker, and yeah, just totally love it. Just such a great song. Fighter. You going through something, you put this song on, you're going to want to get out there and just say, all right, I'm fighting through. That's what this song's about. Love it. And coming in at number 1 from the debut, Come On Over, All I Want Is You. I just always really liked this too. There's something about it. It was like the, I think the second single released from the debut album after Genie in a Bottle. It was either that or What a Girl Wants. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, it was one of those tunes that was just like, it was just fun. It was different than Britney. And that was always the thing that was cool about Christina. Was like Britney came on the scene, you're like, okay, Britney's cool. But then Christina comes on and says, wow, she's different. Got kind of the same vibe. And you find out she's older, so you go, okay, she's, you know, more mature, more in control of herself. And it's just a really fun tune. I enjoy the video. And you know, when all the other pop stars were showing their midsections, the midriff, showing their belly buttons, Christina was doing it differently too. She said, well, I'm just going to bedazzle my belly button, put all kinds of sparkles and diamonds on it. That's cool, that's different. Gotta love that. So, yeah, really fun tune. Always really liked it. So that's my number 1. So there you go. Those are my 10 favorite Christina Aguilera songs. I'm a big fan of hers. I had a picture of Christina Aguilera up in my locker at school back in the day. So yeah, she was my big crush at that time. I just loved Christina. She was so cool. And you know, that's the thing, like, I like all kinds of music. We're not just talking about like rock music on here, not just talking about heavy metal. And you know, I'm starting to get back into a lot of this music that was big when I was in school. You know, I just can't listen. I mean, I really started getting into heavy metal at the time, but I was also really into this pop music. Just, it wasn't cool to talk about it. You know, people were kind of like, oh, you listen to that stuff? You weren't allowed to talk about it. But it was like, but you know, I actually really did like it. I'm sure a lot of other people really liked it too. Just, you know, they want to keep up the macho thing. All these dudes going around like, oh, I don't like Christina Aguilera. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you think she's hot, but I bet you secretly like the music as well. So that's what I'm trying to say. I just like the music as much as I liked her. And, you know, I'm at a point in my life where I don't care. I'm going to say I enjoy this stuff. I'm starting to get back into it. And those are my 10 favorite songs. And if you're a fan of Christina Aguilera, I hope you enjoyed this. That's it for this week. Until we meet again, this is Brett Strong saying good journey.